sis, you've been to the gym, you've been working out, and then you come home to eat, and then you undo your work. What's the point of going to the gym? What's the point of working out if you're going to be eating the wrong food? Sis, for your gym to be effective, for your workout, your walks, you skipping meals, for it to be effective, you need to be eating appropriately. You need to be eating the right amount of food and know the type of food that you should eat before or after your workout, and also to know the types of food that you should eat on the days that you are not working out or on the days you are actually moving your body. So stick with me, because in this video I'm going to break it down for you so that your work is not wasted, so that your energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just takes another form. So you want to make sure that the energy that you've spent in the gym working out or at home working out is taking the form or the shape that you want it to take in your body. So stick with me, because after this video you're gonna learn how to eat the right amount of food and the amount of food you should eat. By the way, if you've not seen my previous video on how to work out your macros and nutrients, click the link here to watch that video now. So let's get into the video. Oh, just before we get into the video, I am Titilayo, by the way. I'm a fitness and wellness coach, and I empower and support high achieving women to unlock the best version of themselves through balanced routine, fitness routines, and mindset coaching. And if you would like to join my coaching program, I have a group coaching program, an intimate group coaching program, and a one-to-one coaching program. So click the link in my bio and let's get into the video. All right. Let's talk about the types of food that you should eat before a workout, or the types of food that you should eat after a workout, and the types of food that you should eat on the days that you're not active. So we're gonna start as a pre-workout food. Okay, for my high achieving women, our pre-workout food, because most of the time we work out in the morning, is the best time to get your workout done. It is the best time for you to serve you first, for you to gain some strength and energy and power, so that once you serve you and you are full, then you can serve others. The best time to work out is in the morning. First thing first, renew your energy, renew your strength. So for women that love to work out in the morning, it's too early to eat. There's no point of you eating, because that food will not digest quickly. There's no point. So just don't worry about eating. Just skip breakfast, okay? But if you've been hungry the night before and you feel really, really tired, have a quick banana. Banana is very good because it digests a bit quicker, like within an hour or two, it will digest, you will feel that energy. Or if not, just have coffee, especially if you're trying to lose weight and your workout is going to be like less than an hour. If your workout is actually less than an hour, there's no point sis eating. But if you're tired, like you've not slept well, just have some coffee or green tea. Coffee or green tea or water. When I wake up in the morning, what I normally have is water. I have water. And if I'm doing a strength training workout, I have my creatine and water. I mix in creatine and water. By the way, if you want to learn more about this and the little tiny tips that could really help you and give you that boost and edge, you want to join my Grow and Train with me. In my Grow and Train with me group, I train live 2 times with my women. And I do strength training with them where I can see what they're doing, encourage them to lift a little bit higher and look at their form and their performance. And they are so motivated in those live workouts. And we're just a group of 10 women, and sometimes we're just about five, but we're not more than that. And we train together. And once we finish training, a lot of us have a good meal. And I'm going to show you what meal to have. By the way, if you want to join, because there is a new group opening on the 15th of October, click the link in my bio because you do not want to miss that cohort. So and then I share with you like a little bit of tips on how to use creatine, like the multivitamins that you can use, the natural vitamins in food as well that you can use, how to maximize on beauty, on sleep, natural beauty, natural sleep, everything I share with my women. So ladies, if you want more support and guidance, you need to join. Remember, you cannot use the same mind that created the problem to get the solution. You need to use a different mind. So let's get back into the video. So what I would do normally is have creatine with my water and then I work out. But on days that I'm really tired, I would have coffee and green tea. So that's my pre-workout food. And this is my recommendation for high achieving women, especially if you're working out in the morning. But if so, I'll put this as morning. Well, if you're working out in the afternoon or night, then you might want to have a little bit of carbohydrate. Bread is good. Potatoes is good. So this food you have to have at least 2 hours before your workout so that you can have that energy. Potato is good. And when I say bread, wholemeal bread is good. Rice, um, beans, yeah. So you can have a little bit of carbohydrate, but I would say this is when you're working in the afternoon or evening, afternoon or evening. So just about 30% of your carb intake for the day is good for you to have if you're working out in the afternoon or evening. So this is a pre-workout. So let's talk about after the workout, that's post-workout. So depending on the type of workout you've done, if you've done cardio, you are going to need some carbohydrates, protein, and maybe low fat. Okay, so you want to increase your carbohydrate to be about, let's say, 60%. Then this about 30%, then this about 10%. So an example would be, but okay, let's do strength training as well. Strength training. So you want to have something similar to strength training, maybe 20 to 30%, or sometimes if it's a really tough session, then you might want to go 40% and then 50 to 60% and then 10%. Yep. So, an example of food that you would want to have during your strength after workout would be like, okay, you could have like rice, you could have beans, you could have potato, you could have whatever kind of carbohydrate, but make sure they're whole meal. As long as they're whole meal carbohydrates, then that is fine. Don't go and be having chips, don't go and be having chocolate, don't go and be having a burger. Even though like it's partly bread, don't have it because it's not whole meal. And it's always good to like plan your food before the night, like the day before or the morning before, afternoon, and then you have this. Like normally, what I would normally have is if I am gonna be active and I do not want to be weighed down, I would have maybe like one or two slices of toast and have like loads of eggs and meat there or fish. And I don't really bother so much about fat because if I'm having meat, my meat is not always 100% no fat. So the fat is always included. So I don't bother adding extra fat. But sometimes if I'm having low carbohydrates here, maybe I'm just having one slice of toast or like two slices or no even carbohydrate, then I will have extra fat. My extra fat would be like nuts, yeah. And I would have like a yogurt, a protein yogurt, because in the protein yogurt you're gonna have a little bit of um carbohydrate, protein yogurt. In the protein yogurt, you're gonna have a little bit of carbohydrate, and then you're gonna have a little bit like more protein as well. So this is what I would have post workouts. And this is how I would recommend it. So you want to make sure that if you're having um any food before, that you are having like a good amount of protein, and then post workout you're having a good amount of protein. If you're not working out, just make sure that you're having at least 60 to 70% of your protein by lunchtime. Okay, lunch and snack time. So this is pre and post, and now we're going to go on to non-active days. Non-active days, if you are trying to lose weight, sis, it's just better to fast. Non-active days, if you're trying to lose weight, sis, it's just better to fast. Like I would fast to like 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. Because number one, you're fasting so that you eat less food, because you're not gonna be really active. You're not working out. You're just lazing around or taking it easy, not really moving your body, just sitting down most of the day. It's just good to fast. It helps you eat less food. But if you don't want to fast, it's not a problem. We're gonna get there. However, fasting, apart from you losing, eating less food, it also helps um beautify your skin. It helps to regenerate the cell. Fasting does a lot of things in the body. It helps to build the muscle, it helps to build the immune system. So there is a lot of advantages and benefit from fasting, especially if you want to regenerate your skin cells, if you want to look good, look younger, healthier. You are giving your body a break from breaking down food constantly. So I recommend fasting, not just to lose weight, but for other health benefits. So fast till 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. or maybe even 11 a.m. You can even fast till 11 a.m. and not eat because it's a non-active day. So maybe have a coffee or green tea or any type of, maybe a matcha tea. Have some tea. Yeah. So it could be coffee, green tea, green tea, matcha. Just have any of that. And then come lunchtime or whenever you're ready to eat, um, have protein. This time around, you don't want to go on carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is going to drain your energy. And because you want to be light on your feet, you want to keep that belly flat as well, because carbohydrate can also make you bloated. Carbohydrate and excessive fiber can make you feel bloated. So you want to go on carbohydrate. So you could have eggs, fry your eggs, you could have fish, you could have meat, you can have tofu, you can have seafood. You can have some lentils as well, but not a lot. Maybe like in a soup, maybe lentil soup. You can have some beans, but light beans, not like excessive beans. So your first meal, have protein. And once you finish having your protein, then you're going to feel much energized. And you will realize that because you've had protein, you feel satiated. You're not going to be so hungry. And this could be like lunchtime. And maybe for a snack, you know, feel like, oh, you want to eat a little bit. You could snack on nuts, cucumber. You could snack on carrots. You could get a yogurt. You could even get just flat bread as well if you want, but do not eat like a whole huge packet. Maybe like one or two flat bread, or you could have a toast. See, just something light that is not heavy in calories or in fat. Yeah, so you could have that. And then for dinner, you've not been active, sis. You don't need excessive carbohydrate. Don't think, oh, for dinner I'm gonna have my jollof rice or I'm gonna have meat pie and fish pie. Sis, go light. You can have meat pie, maybe just one. Okay. If you want to have rice, so you can have meat pie if you want. Let me just write it there. You can have fish pie, but one serving, not two servings. Okay, you can have a little bit of rice and potato, like small serving. But protein, you need to have a little bit extra protein because you're not eating a lot of carbohydrates that day, so more protein. So if your protein that you've calculated every day to eat is say 130 gram, that day you could up it up to about 150 gram, to just help you feel much more satiated and fuller. Because in that way, you're keeping your energy levels also up. But you want to avoid not eating too much protein at dinner, because if you eat too much protein at dinner, your body's going to take some time to digest those foods. So it's going to keep you much active and you'll not be able to sleep so early at night. So avoid eating so much protein at dinner time. So, personally, and what I tell my women to have is to have much more fiber foods like beans, moi, vegetables, anything that's got fiber in it, or lentils, have them at dinner time. So this is how you want to eat, like on your non-active days, keeping carbohydrate very low because you are not moving a lot. You don't need that excess carbohydrate, or you don't need a little bit of more carbohydrate. And remember, you're trying to lose fat anyway. So you want your body to go into your reserves and use that as a source of energy rather than using the new food that you're eating. So by doing this and fasting, you can actually eat so much less food that your body needs, that you will end up, even because you fasted those days, you will end up losing more fat on your body than on the days that you actually work out. So I hope with this video I've been able to help you fully understand how you can eat before you work out, after you work out, and on non-active days, so that those workouts that you are doing, those extra, steps that you are taking, so that you can see the difference on your body. All right, my queens, that's me for today. If you would like to learn more, join my Grow and Train with Me program. We kick off October the 15th. You don't want to miss out because you need guidance and support to keep you going every day. Our mission, my mission, is to make sure that you are confident inside and out. You have that clarity to be able to maintain the life and create the life that you want, and that you are consistently reaching your goals on a daily basis. That's it for me today. Have a great one. Bye bye.